Today we are going to solve one of the problems using recursion. First, we'll understand this problem statement and we'll see how to implement this and what's the logic behind this. Okay, this is the problem statement. In the futuristic world of 2140, a team of astronauts is preparing for a journey to Mars. As part of their training, they are required to calculate various mathematical functions. So one of which is the factorial of a number. Say, the factorial of a non-negative integer n is the product of all the positive integers less than or equals to n. So here we need to find the factorial of a number. So our task is to help them to write the program that calculates the factorial of a given number using a recursive approach. Before moving to that, now I will let me ask you one question. What is this factorial of a number? What is factorial? Factorial is the product of a positive integer and all the positive integers smaller than it up to n to 1. So this is the factorial of a number. First we'll see the input format. The input consists of a single non-negative integer 1. All the input will be positive numbers. So single non-negative integer n. Then our output will be, it will print the factorial of the number. So we'll take one example and we'll see how to calculate factorial of a number. See, if what's the factorial of 5? We can calculate this by using 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Up to 1, we need to multiply that. What's the value of this? 125, right? 120, right? So this is the factorial of 5. So by this we can calculate this. Next we'll see how to implement this. Okay, see, first, and we need to implement this in a recursive approach. Now what is this recursion? What is recursion? Recursion means a method calling itself. So in recursion, a function has two parts. One is base case and other one is recursive call. Base case is nothing but which will stop the recursion. So recursive call means it will call itself with a smaller problem. So we'll see that two cases in this problem. Okay. First, we need to import the scanner class to take input from the user. While writing the code itself, I will explain you this. Import java dot util dot scanner. To take the input from the user, we need to import this class. Then we need to create one class. Java is completely based on classes and objects. We need to create one class. Class name is solution. Okay. Then what we need to do is we need to create one method named factorial. We are finding factorial of a number, right? So we need to create one method for that. We can create that by using public keyword, public. I will tell you why I wrote this keywords and all. Public static long. Then method name is factorial. I'm passing argument as integer n. See, why I wrote this is public means which will be accessible from anywhere, and static is for can be called without creating any object. We can call this method. So I wrote this. Then long. See, if the user gives the input as 20 or 30, then the output will be longer one, right? So for that we need to take long because the output won't be fit in integer. So this is the method name. Then I pass the argument as n. This is input. Okay. Then what we need to do? We need to write one base case. It will stop the recursion. If the n is equals to 0, or there will be 2 condition n is equals to 1. This is the base case actually, because 0 factorial will be 1 and 1 factorial will be also 1. It stops the recursive calls. So we took this. This is the base case one. So what we need to do? See, we need to print a 1. We need to print 1. So return 1. Or else if this condition fails, next what we have to do? We have to take one more. Like next condition is return. If the given input is not 0 or 1, then we need to take n into, this is our logic, factorial. We are calling this n minus 1. So this is the recursive approach. Okay. See, this function calls itself with n minus 1. N multiplied with this function is calling this itself. So this is recursive approach. N factorial is equals to n into n minus 1 factorial. This is the formula. I will write the formula also. See, n factorial is equals to n into n minus 1 factorial. This is the formula. Okay. See, we wrote this. Next what we need to do? We need to take main method. We need to write main method. See, okay. How to write main method? Public. I will tell you why I wrote this keyword also. Public static void main string arguments. String arguments. Okay. See, this is main method. This is the entry point of this program. In every program, main method will be starting point. So public means from everywhere it can be accessible, and static, no need to create object. Directly we can call this and directly we can access this. Then or it is like it's return type, but here it won't return anything. So main is the method name. Then string arguments are command line arguments. So we need to create one scanner object because we need to take input from the users, right? So we need to create one scanner object for that. Scanner, I will give reference as SC. You can give any reference. So next, new. New means it will create one brand new object. Then when we are writing new, it will create one object. Then it will give that to reference SC. So scanner, this is the constructor actually. We need to take input from the user, right? So we have to write system.in. Okay. Then this is the scanner class. Then this is the reference, and new means it will create one brand new object. Then scanner, this is constructor. It will take the input from the user. Okay. This is done. We created already scanner object. Next what we have to do? We need to take one integer input, right? So we need integer type input. So n, this is the variable to store that value. So n, whatever the reference we created, by taking that we can like access that sc dot. We are taking integer input, so we need to take next int. If we are taking double, next double, like that. So it will read then integer from the keyword. So next what we have to do is we need to call that method. We need to call that. So system dot out dot println. You can take print also, println also. Then we need to call that method. How to call? By that method name factorial of n. See, after that it will calls the factorial method and it will prints the result. So we created a scanner object, right? See here red yellow line is there. So we need to close that. After using that, we need to close sc dot close. See, gone. So yeah, this is the program. It will close the scanner object to free resources. Okay. Next, we'll run this. Okay. See, all the test cases passed. and I will explain you how it yeah, okay, how it will run. I will tell you. See, first it will executes from main method, right? After main method it will take one input. See, if the user give the input as 5, okay, then what we need to do, it will call this method factorial of n. This method will be getting called. Okay, this method will be getting called. Next, see, first it will check if the n value is 5, right? It's greater than 1 or 0, and then it will execute this. What's the n value? N value is, it called factorial method, right? Factorial of 5. See, n value is greater than 1 and 0, it will execute else this one. 5 into, again it will call this method factorial of n minus 1. Factorial of n. What's the n value? 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. I will directly write it as 4. See, and again what it will do, factorial of 4 we don't know, so again it will call this method 5 into factorial of 4. Again it will execute, 4 is greater than 0 and 1, so it will execute this 4. N value, what's the n value? 4 into, then factorial of n minus 1. N minus 1, 4 minus 1, it's 3. See, it will write factorial of 3. Okay, this time. So we need to call it again. Again it will call. See, again it will come here, like it will take the input, and what's the n value now? 3. 5 into 4 into, then factorial of 3. See, it won't execute this. This executes factorial of, what's our n value? 3. 3 into factorial of n minus 1. See, n minus 1. Our n is 3, right? 3 minus 1. Factorial of 2. Then what it will do? Again it will call. Now our n value is 2. See, n is greater than 0 and 1, right? 2 is greater than 0 and 1. It won't execute. This executes. It won't stop until it gets 1 or 0. See, what's our now? 5 into 4 into 3. Now what's our n value? N into, this will execute, right? N value is 2. Then 2 into factorial of n minus 1. N minus 1 means, what's our n value? 2. 2 minus 1. What's the value? 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Okay. 1. We got n as 1. Now what it will do? It will check here. Again it will call this method factorial. Then if n is equals to 0 or n is equals to 1. Our n is 1, right? This condition satisfies. Then what it will do? It will return 1. In factorial of 1, it will return 1. So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 was there, right? Factorial of 1 will be 1. Now now we need to multiply this. What's the value? Its output, its value is 120. So 120 will be the output. And coming to this time complexity and space complexity, its time complexity is big of n because the function is called n times. So see, this factorial called n times, right? So its time complexity is big of n, and space complexity is also big of n because due to the recursion call stack. So this is about this. Yeah.